Hey, Howell here. What I want to do today is to look at the pentagram as it is. So I've done a couple of videos on the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, and I just want to look at the pentagram and in the context of ceremonial magic. And so the pentagram for me is a symbol of psychic protection. So it helps you banish stuff, negative entities, negative energy from within, but it protects you from negative energy coming from the macrocosm. And what you've got is, it's obviously pent is 5, so it's like a 5-pointed star, and each one represents an element. So this is the element of fire, and this is water, and this is air, and this is earth. And so when you do the first part of the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, you vibrate the god name Yod He Vav He Yahweh, and so you go from fire to water to air to earth. And these also represent the cardinal points. So fire is in the south, water is in the west, air is in the east, and then earth is in the north. And of course, arching over all of this, watching over all of this, is spirit, or shin, or ether. Let's call it spirit. And that's what the pentagram is. It's this element arching over these other 4 elements. And also the cardinal points represent an archangel. So fire is Michael, water is Gabriel, air is Raphael, and earth is Oriel. And obviously this one is masculine. It goes masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine. I've read it as the father, the sacred feminine, the son, and then the daughter. So if you're drawing a banishing ritual, so when you do the lesser banishing ritual pentagram, what you're effectively doing is banishing it's an earth banishing pentagram. So what you're doing is you draw so that you can visualize it from earth up to spirit, down to fire, along to air, and then like that, yeah. And then you visualize the pentagram. You can do it with your eyes closed, or you can do it with your eyes open. And when you do the greater ritual of the pentagram, what you're doing is you're invoking elements rather than banishing them. And so what you do is that when you invoke, you start from spirit, or if it connects. So you have a connection between spirit and earth. So you can, in order to evoke, you go down to earth from spirit, and then you go like this, like that. Now, if you don't have a direct contact with spirit, so let's say we want to invoke water, the element of water, we can't, there's no direct link there. You go to the nearest one. So the nearest to spirit is air. And so we go from air into water like that. And if the other way around, if you wanted to invoke air, the nearest one to spirit is water. So you go like this. Okay. And if you also, in the greater ritual of the pentagram, there is invoking spirit. So when you invoke spirit, there's two. One is active and one is passive. So the active one, it goes from fire, which is active, which is masculine, to air, which is active, which is masculine. And then if you want passive, so you go like this, invoking spirit. And if you want passive, you go from passive element to a passive element. So you go from earth to water, feminine to feminine. Yeah, so you go like this, invoking passive spirit. And that is about it on this very brief video. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye-bye.